Well, hello class. Here we are in the first week of what may be the rest of the semester online, but we'll take it week by week and see what happens. And I just wanted to reiterate some of the ground rules for each week. This week I am going to online cover Chapter 8, or Section 8. And Section 8, as you know, is going to be on determining how we make decisions. It's all about decision making. And how we make decisions is probably one of the most important things in any organizations because bad decisions cause ultimately big problems in organizations. And if enough bad decisions are made, the organization could go out of business. So what's really important here is to be able to cover all of the different topics that we would need in decision making, and also to go over some of the ground rules for this week. And the ground rules are pretty simple. On Monday, you've got to figure that on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when we usually had 50-minute classes 3 times a week, what we essentially did is we talked about whatever we were covering on the syllabus, the section at hand, and how we would execute that section. And what I tried to do is get everyone to participate, if you remember. And many of us checked in, many of us checked out. I don't know why, but there's going to be a certain accountability going forward now that we are online. In other words, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to post a lecture. I might be reiterating what I've already talked about, but I'm going to say it again. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to do a webcam like this, do a little bit of a lecture, reference your PowerPoints, which I will upload for whatever I'm covering that week on that day. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will have, you're going to be able to have DQs, discussion questions, that are going to be answered in 2 substantive paragraphs. A substantive paragraph is usually 2 or 3 sentences, good quality stuff. You're going to respond to me, and you're going to respond to a peer in your class. And that would be, when you respond to the peer, you got to mention that peer by name because I can't see it when I go up to grade the DQ. Now, they will all have due dates. And if you miss the due date, it's going to disappear. You won't have the points. Now, what I've done is essentially created a particular accountability for each DQ that you write. Okay? We're essentially trying to create an asynchronous classroom. So you don't have to be all on at the same time, but you have to answer by the due dates or you lose the points. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to eliminate, pay attention to this please, it's important. I am eliminating the case studies. You can't do team presentations virtually. It's too crazy. You could do them, but I am not holding you to do them. And essentially, I'm going to turn the case studies, for example, with Apple and the second one, I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But on those 2 case studies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to write on that. You're going to write a comprehensive paper. Now, the other thing is that your class participation points are going to be absorbed into the DQs. The final examination is going to be more points because I'm eliminating the case studies. So just know for right now, I am going to keep the midterm and the final. I'm sorry, the midterm and discussion question, the midterm and the quizzes are going to remain the same. You only had 3, and I think the third quiz is up there with a due date. I may change the due date, not sure, the due dates on the quiz and the midterm, but I'm not sure. Obviously, we won't have time to review for the midterm. But the final will only take the sections that are not covered by the midterm to the end of the semester. So a lot to do, but you gotta be able to, right now as I'm making this video, I can't get into Blackboard. The network is down, it's been down since yesterday. So everything I am putting up, I am cataloging, and as soon as the network is available, this will go up in your announcements. Or better still, it will go into week 8. But I will post it in announcements as well, in case you don't see it. What else? That is about it. Week by week, you got to go in, look at the announcements, see what's due, because this is important to get us through the semester. And a lot of you need this course to graduate, so I want you to be sure to be involved. And as always, all of you guys know how to get me if you need me. Okay? My cell is 617-842-2856. You got to tell me your name, your class, and post your question if it's in a text. If you leave a message, you got to tell me who you are. A lot of times I get students that don't tell me who they are. They just ask me what needs to be done. So having a lot of students, it's important that we identify something that we need an answer for quickly. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. I'm making this recording on 3/19 at about 9:30, 20 minutes to 10. So there we are. And be safe, please. Try to minimize going out. Quarantine if you can. Wipe everything down. And keep your social contact. And always look for any announcements that are going up on Curry Blackboard when it is available again. Thank you, Professor D.